Thank you, Betsy.
You're welcome, Audrey.
In other news, UC Santa Cruz has a long history of advocating liberty and freedom. One example, freedom from clothing, as demonstrated by our annual First Rain Naked Run. There was one attempt at the First Rain Naked Run on October 10th, but returning students consider it a false alarm because of its failure to meet the tradition's requirements. Fortunately, this Friday's forecast predicts a total downpour all evening, so keep your eyes peeled and listen for the sound of naked students frolicking through the streets. All you need are your running shoes.
Well, Banana Slugs, take pride in being able to say that you go to the worst school in America. Where did this academic evaluation come from? Princeton Review? Newsweek? It actually was a decision made by politically right-winged David Horowitz. And Christian Calderon has the scoop.
Well over 14,000 of you attending UCSC. I'm sure the last thing any of you want to hear is that you attend the worst university in America. But according to political analyst David Horowitz, you do. Here's more. In 2006, David Horowitz published a book entitled The Professors, The 101 Most Dangerous Academics in America, a book in which he criticizes radical professors for indoctrination. Along with an appearance on Fox News' Hannity and Combs, Horowitz claims in an article from his website frontpagemag.com that UCSC is the worst school in America. Although he acknowledges great programs in science, he criticizes most of UCSC's social science departments. We asked some professors and students what they had to say.
Well, I actually knew David Horowitz in the 1960s when he was a member of the Students for a Democratic Society, as I was. And he was a fanatic then on the left, and now he's a fanatic on the right. So something's never changed, I guess.
I know that he is a figure in a movement for something like an academic Bill of Rights. I mean, that's what I've been told. And I've never read anything that he's written. I'm
sort of outraged that he didn't go after my Marxism class. I feel like insulted. Is my Marxism class not left-wing enough for him or what, you know? But I teach a community organizing class that basically has people reading classic literature about community organizing. So we read stuff from Saul Alinsky and from Cesar Chavez.
You know, it's odd, too, because my complaint about UCSC students is that they often critique things that they don't really understand. And so in this class, I kind of force people to learn about capitalism. And the frustration of students is that they don't feel like they learn enough about activism, that because I do force them to, really learn about, if they have a complaint about capitalism, then they should know what they're talking about and not just engage in kind of the slogans that you can pick up, on the street.
So he's wrong in his view that somehow we're overly politicizing the university like where it wasn't political before. It's a change in politics, which for the better as far as I'm concerned. But he's not wrong in seeing that what I'm doing in my class is in fact, teaching students to challenge the status quo and to become activists to make a difference in the world. I think they're learning to do that work in an intellectual way. One of the things that's important in my class, I think, is for students to learn to be critical about the work that they do. It's not a cheering section for people to go out and do organizing. We're really trying to teach skills here.
I don't think that professors are trying to indoctrinate students. David Horowitz basically just wants things to come from his point of view.
I saw him on CNN once. He was kind of cute. And he doesn't like our school. And I know he used to be a Marxist in the 60s. He did like a 180, and now he's like all conservative. And so I just know he's pretty much a douchebag and just says whatever he feels like, and he has extremes and whatnot.
Let's have a Department of Evangelical Christianity.
But who's being forced to take these courses?
Are they? What do you mean? Are they forced? Well, they are forced.
Who knows what lies ahead for the political radicalists tainting UCSC and other universities across the nation. Until then, we leave the judging to you guys. For Banana Slug News, I'm Christian Calderon.
On the other hand, a more credible source, the Princeton Review, has ranked UC Santa Cruz the 8th most beautiful campus in the nation. One way to capture the beauty is to enter the campus-wide photo contest. The Chancellor's office is looking for a photograph local to the UC Santa Cruz campus for its seasonal greeting card. Arts Division Acting Dean Margaret Morse has offered to sponsor the contest open to all UC Santa Cruz faculty, staff, and students. The first prize is a $200 gift certificate to the Bay Tree Bookstore. Submit your entry by October 30th to the Arts Division in care of Amy Bolton, Mail Stop Porter Faculty Services, UC Santa Cruz, California 95064.
With this year's freshman class at a record high and more students being forced to live off campus, university and community transportation are at a breaking point. With more on this story is Marcus Cepeda.
I'm standing here at the basic campus, where the traffic problem this year has become almost unbearable.
This year, for the first time in UCSC history, an overwhelming majority of upperclassmen were denied on-campus housing to make room for the largest freshman class this university has ever seen, causing an unprecedented number of off-campus students seeking alternate modes of transportation.
It's kind of difficult. This is my first year living off campus, so to try to get up to school, it's not the easiest. I have to get a bus. I basically have to leave an hour before my classes every day.
But according to TAPS officials, shuttle usage is only up 8% so far this year. This may be because TAPS has recently bought newer vehicles with larger carrying capacities. But then, why are buses so crowded?
It's kind of irritating because I've seen freshmen get on the bus to go from College 910 to Porter, where I have to take that bus and it's only one to get home and only comes once an hour, so it's a little irritating.
And what about cars? TAPS could not comment on whether or not there has been an increase of permit purchases this year because those numbers have not yet been computed. But one thing's for certain, lots are crowded. And what about the Metro buses? Well, Santa Cruz Metro could not be reached for comment. According to the admissions office, in the future the university expects to have a student population of up to and exceeding 20,000. How will that affect traffic? Only time will tell. For Banana Slug News, I'm Marcus Cepeda.
That's all for tonight, and thank you for tuning in to Banana Slug News. I'm Audrey Milo.
And I'm Betsy Sachs.
Good news and good night. Great show.
Yeah, seriously.